What's good, people? Welcome. This is our review of Yes.
Shall we utter the name? Shall we even utter the name?
Star Wars. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
Okay.
This is going to be our review. So we're going to have it like, I want to be like, the first part is going to be spoiler free. We're going to talk about what we sort of liked and a quick overview, and then after that we're just going to go into everything that we don't like about the film, and just
wherever that takes us,
wherever that goes.
And just hopefully keep it brief.
Yeah, but we'll tell you when we go into spoilers if you don't want to get spoiled. But first off, well, what do you think? What were your, when you came out of the film?
I mean,
how did you feel?
I guess I wasn't disappointed hard out. I didn't really go into the film thinking too much, I think that's why my experience was a lot better than others, because I kind of made my brain go a bit dead for a bit, just so that I could enjoy it. But putting that aside, I still found myself, I guess satisfied. I mean, I wasn't heartbroken, it's a bit difficult to put a name on it. I wasn't angry about it. I just sort of thought of it as a nice holiday film, I think. That's what I thought of it as. Kind of just a good Christmas film. Along the lines of, like Lego Movie or something, like it's just like a fun movie to watch, A goofy movie, pretty much, because that's the only way I can put it confidently.
Okay. So, okay, look. If there's one word to sum up the film, for me it would be like, just fast. Like, the pacing of the film was and it's so cramped up with so much stuff, so much information, and characters are talking here and there, and Poe saying something, Finn saying something, Rey saying something, and it's like, whoa. Can we just slow down a little bit?
Wait, come back.
Hold on.
Who was this guy?
Hold on, like, it felt like the pacing was like boom, 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 boom. It just didn't stop. From the moment it started, and it just went,
and pretty much,
and these, like, and if you missed something, like, if you, like, there were a lot of parts in this film where if you had have coughed or if someone sneezed, you would have missed certain bits of the film. That's how fast it went.
Well, we went with our sister, and she missed some stuff because she was too busy talking to you for like just like a minute or like 10 seconds, and she missed something. She kept asking me what was happening. I was like, no, you gotta watch the movie and pay attention to it. Not my fault. I can't tell you.
It's like you have to go in, because you see the film just starts and it just doesn't stop.
Nah,
it just boom.
There is a pace though. Yeah, there is a pace. So you at least know, okay,
things are moving, characters are talking while things are moving at the same time, and you have to like look at the film and you have to like listen carefully, because they only say it once, and if you miss it, that's it, because the movie's just like, okay, next scene, doing the next thing, do next thing.
It's like a brisk walk. You get to look at it and then you got to keep going, but you can't stop for it.
Bro, the first 10 minutes of the film was just really fast. It was like,
hard.
I was like, whoa, what's going, like, I wanted to rewind the film. Like, I was like, yo, hey, could someone rewind the last 10 minutes?
Could we get a rewind just for that bit?
Like, I wanted like, excuse me, can we rewind the last 10 minutes? Because that just went too fast for me. It was just, I was like, whoa, slow down. Can we please slow down?
There was a bit of a simmer problem with it, Didn't you let anything simmer?
I was just like, dude. Like, especially that bit where you got, and this was within the first, 15 minutes, you had Finn and Poe, they were doing something while they were talking, while at the same time they were plugging in R2-D2 with some cord, and I was like...
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah,
remember? And I was like, wait, what's going on?
And this fella, out of nowhere...
What? Like it was. And there were moments in the film where I just sort of like, okay, just let it ride.
Yeah, you can't dwell on it or you miss the next bit.
Yeah, so there's that. The pacing is just too bloody fast, and I guess for me, what I did like about it, though, if we just go back, because I just went straight into what I didn't like. The pacing's fast. Okay, but what I did like is that Finn and Poe actually did something. Other than, you know, The Last Jedi, they'd sort of done their own thing.
They kind of split, and then you got someone
Finn,
doing something else.
Finn with Rose doing, saving space horses and going to this casino planet. I don't even know what happened there. I was like, huh?
And Poe's having a hoo-ha or mutiny, trying to
having a hoo-ha with General Skirt, pink skirt,
pink hair,
General
pink hair
and purple skirt character. I don't know what.
Second-hand Leia. That's what I thought she was. Like
she looked so out
second-hand
of place.
version of her.
She looked so out of place. I'm like, why is she wearing?
She was
a dress?
substitute Leia. That's what she was.
Well, why was she wearing a dress? Like if she, I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, that's The Last Jedi. Get back to the Rise of Skywalker. That's it. What I did like is that at least Finn and Poe were.
Yeah,
like
at least having fun.
They contributed to the main plot. That was cool. It's like, okay, finally. What else?
It's always visually nice.
Yes.
They've been on point with
The
that.
effects
Yeah, at least
look bloody good.
At least they look good there.
Yep. You had a fair amount of practical effects. There were puppets and masks.
And that's nice that they bring that in. It's always nice to see that, you know, some practical.
Too much CGI gets a bit like, I don't like it.
Turns a bit fake,
it looks fake,
you know?
and you can tell it's a green screen, and it's just like, ugh. That's one of the things I didn't quite like about the prequels. It was like too much green screen. I'm like, ugh. And you can tell it's just like
there's a point.
Just looks weird.
There's a point where it's like, oh, okay, ooh.
It's like, why is there so much green screen? But anyways, the action is really fast. Like the action's like, I thought it was all right.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. I don't think it was as good as the last one though.
The Last Jedi.
Yeah, I kind of like that action a little bit more.
Okay, fair enough.
I guess it just felt a bit slow. I don't know. When it came to the lightsaber battles, they felt a bit. Slow, like in Last Jedi. Oh well. Anyway, that's going into bad stuff, but
and that's basically it. That's all I can think of.
Yeah,
it was just sort of.
I came out again losing some more hearing, so you know,
losing some more what?
Losing some more hearing every time I go to do whenever we go to a Last Jedi or a Marvel or anything, I always end up losing a bit of hearing.
It was loud.
You follow, I'm like, man, can we turn this down just a little bit?
It was a bit loud, But yeah, I think that's all I can think of. All of the good things I can think of.
Now,
I just want to get into the things that I don't
now
like.
to the juicy bits.
Now we're going into. Oh yeah. Before we go into spoilers, recommendation. Would you recommend people watch it?
I reckon still go watch it. I mean,
it's really.
It won't be what you.
I mean,
it's not what you probably expect it to be, but
if you go in,
with friends,
if you go in just having a good time and you're not worried about certain things happening.
Yeah, if you're not going as a fan,
Yeah, if you just don't think about it, it's a cool, fun ride, but the pacing, it's just really fast and you might get turned off.
Yeah.
Like, I got turned off a few times because I was like, okay, I don't know what's happening, just whatever.
Yeah.
Next scene.
Oh, okay, yeah, true.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say if you're a Star Wars fan, sure, watch it. You probably
you've already watched it twice, 3 times.
If not, I mean, it's a fun little movie, Christmas movie.
Yeah, especially for the season.
Goofy movie to watch, so, either that or watch Jumanji, which was... Jumanji 2. But yeah, would I recommend it? If you're a Star Wars fan, yes. If not, then it's nothing amazing or groundbreaking or earth-shattering.
You'll just see it as another action film, I suppose. And it's action sci-fi.
Yeah, it's average.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's what I thought about it too. Yeah, it's like, okay, this is just a nice average film.
Oh well, I mean, it's not great. It's not horrible.
No, it's not horrible.
It's just it's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, spoilers from here on out. If you haven't watched the film, you don't want to get spoiled, then that's it. You can turn it off now. Other
But
than
you
that,
probably have already watched it.
yeah, you probably already watched. So from here on out, this is spoiler territory. We're going to go deep in the film.
Engage.
Okay. First off, Palpatine.
He gets jammed in there hard out, doesn't he? That fella.
I mean, there was no build-up. That's the thing.
Nah. He was.
like-
I don't think he was meant to be in there. Hey, it feels like he was never meant to be in there, but
they
they
chucked him in
had
there.
to. Yeah. But
'Cause
it's like
Snoke died.
because Snoke died. Now we got nobody else to work with. So now we got to go back with Palpatine. I
don't
actually
know.
thought he was just going to be like a Sith ghost or something. That's what I thought he was going to come
Well,
back as. I don't know he was going
yeah.
to come back as an actual
Like, no, he's alive.
nemesis. Yeah, like
survived.
no, he survived that fall.
The fall and the explosion.
And the explosion, which is there's a lot of
Sure. Okay. Why not bring back Qui-Gon Jinn too?
yeah, why not?
You might as well bring
why not
back
bring
everybody.
back Qui-Gon? Yeah, why don't you?
You might as well bring back
Boba Fett, you might as well bring back
Darth Vader.
Jabba the
He
Hutt.
survived.
You might as well bring
Darth
him back.
Maul survived.
Darth Maul.
Just,
He actually does survive, and he
Yeah,
does come
yeah.
back. So
I just thought, like, for me, there was no build-up or anything.
no,
It's like within the first 5 minutes, boom, he's already on screen and he's talking
man.
already.
Within the credits, it's like the Emperor lives,
Yeah, and the
and
crawl.
he's broadcasting his voice everywhere.
True, the
Like,
crawl.
just letting you know.
And it's like, wait,
I
have we
survived.
missed? That's the thing. It's like I felt like we missed so much.
Hey,
Or
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Did there need to be another film
I reckon
before
there
this
needed
film?
to be another film.
Another film before this film, because The Last Jedi didn't do much, and it felt like we like the gap between The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. It
There's
seemed
a
like
bit of a
lot
gap.
of things
Hey,
happened.
yeah, it does. Hey, it feels like a lot of things went
And
down.
that's the thing is that for me it felt like the director J.J. Abrams. It felt like he crammed in so much information within the first 45 minutes. It felt like the film didn't actually start until after all
they
of
put
the,
all the
all of
after
the
they
like
explain
explanation
everything
and
and
the
let you know.
exposition
Yeah.
and you know that's how it felt like. The first 45 minutes for me was like an epilogue.
Yeah, hey, hard.
Because it was all set up. The whole thing, the first 45 minutes is all set up, and then once they
And
get
then
to
once
the,
they get on, to like what?
For
What do
me-
you reckon when they get to?
for me, it felt like when they got onto the planet with the party, where all of the with
Oh,
where
over
all
there.
of it felt like that's where it started.
True.
For me, it felt like when they got to that planet with the
I guess so,
dancing
yeah,
aliens
yeah.
every 40 what is it 40 years they
42
do a-
years. Every 42 years they do a cunny.
celebration party.
I think that was supposed to be like a little Easter egg for like it's been 42 years I think since the first ones came out, so
did
they
you-
celebrating.
But yeah, that's where I felt like the story started, because that's when you got the dagger and the other. But it's
guess.
like there's no build up. Palpatine just boom straight on there. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Kylo and them are teaming up.
Yeah,
Again,
yeah.
it felt like, okay, we need this to happen, we need that to happen. Rey's getting trained by
Leia, who we find out is she's apparently quite a good Jedi.
She's a Jedi,
She's a Jedi.
apparently. So you got that. So Leia's a Jedi now.
But I don't know why she needs to teach her anything. Rey seems pretty alright
Rey
with
knows
everything.
everything anyways.
Like she's just doing what? Workouts, really? Hey, that's all she's doing. It's just workouts. You already know how to. You already know how to
knows
use
how
the
to
force.
fight.
You know how to force jump. You know how to
Yep.
force
She
blindly.
can do the
you know,
force.
do
What is it? The
mind wipe.
force
whatever,
mind wipe. She can already do that in the first movie. So it's like, she doesn't really need
She's
need
just
the training.
she's just
but
getting exercising. Really, yeah, that's just,
Just
her
exercise.
Get a sweat on or something.
Poe,
I don't know.
Poe and Finn, they're doing something with R2D2. That whole scene completely missed me. Like, I didn't know what the hell was happening in that scene, because
They
it was
were
going
getting
so fast
They were getting info
on a spy.
that Palpatine is back, but he's already been putting his voice out on all the radios, so I don't know why they had to go and get the
I
information to
don't know,
begin with
like,
on that.
It felt like I missed some important things in that scene.
Yeah.
In that first, and that scene came in like in the first 30 minutes. Like in the first, it was just like, oh, I don't know. Again, the pacing. It goes back to the pacing. The pacing is so fast, and if you sneeze or cough or fart, you'll miss. You'll miss it.
Or burp.
Or burp. You'll just miss it, and they won't go back to.
And you can't go back. You know,
can't go back once the scene ends. That's it. It's
that's
just
it.
go.
You've got
go,
to.
go,
It's
go,
like they've
go.
got to keep it moving.
It's like the
Which is a
director's
bit-
like, just go.
Yeah, hard.
We can't stay here. You know, 5 minutes
Which I
here,
do
5
sort of
minutes
feel
there,
bad
5
for the
minutes
fellow.
there. Just
yeah,
go,
'cause
go,
he knows
go.
he's got to push all of this stuff in.
Ridiculous. Yeah, so
And it just
Palpatine
makes a
lived.
very-
It doesn't explain. Snoke.
Jar of Snokes. I should call it that.
So apparently Snoke's
jar of Snokes.
apparently Snoke is a clone.
There's a clone. Yeah.
I'm like, oh. Okay.
Which are like, and they're Sith clones, so they can. So pretty much, instead of making one emperor, he should have just made a whole bunch of Sith.
Why didn't he make a whole
Clones.
army of Snokes?
Yeah.
That's what I was like, because like Snoke had the Force, you know, he could Force do all the tricks and that. So I'm thinking,
Yeah.
I don't know, that was so fast.
Instead, he
too.
just walks past this big old jar.
Yeah,
squished up.
Kylo doesn't even look or anything. He just sort of walks straight past it.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Shit,
dude,
I was
do
like,
you not
dude,
see
maybe
the big...
throw that away or something, because it looks a bit unsightly.
I don't even know why he has a big jar of... Palpatine has a big jar of Snokes. It's just like, huh? Okay, whatever. And then the scene just keeps on going.
Keeps on going.
They team up. Rey's doing her training.
He apparently
Poe and Finn are
has
doing something.
He apparently has 10,000 Death Star ships
Yeah,
just on
magically.
lay-by, you know.
I don't know how he built those or
No,
where he found the
like where did
people.
you find the people to like build these secretly?
Yeah, there's like 10,000.
I mean, he has
you
all
know.
of his followers, all those ones in the hoods, and apparently
know,
he's
were
got
those-
followers. Yeah,
Those were all of the past Jedi's that.
is that who?
The past Sith.
Is that who all those hooded people?
I think
were?
so. But again, the
But
movie
that
went
makes
so
it- yeah.
fast that
I thought they were
could've-
just random
I
cult
could be
people.
wrong.
Yeah, that's what I thought they were, just random cultists.
The movie's going so fast, I could be wrong. So, I could have missed something or whatever. That's what I thought.
Everybody's got superpowers. I guess Rey and Palpatine have some real hard-out superpowers.
I don't know. Yeah, they go
Force
onto
powers
this
that they
planet.
can't quite use.
They go onto this planet, they find a dagger, just like randomly in the scene.
just randomly.
And it's like,
next
oh,
to
hey, look, there's
next
this
to
dagger. I'm
the
like,
person that supposedly knew Rey's parents, and that's how they try to tie that in.
oh yeah, Rey's parents. So apparently Rey's parents are someone important. Whereas in The Last Jedi they weren't.
They
but now
weren't, but now
in
they
The Force-
are important,
Look, in The
yeah,
Force
yeah.
Awakens they were important. Then in The
and then
Last,
the Last Jedi, they weren't.
Now in The
And
Rise of
now-
Skywalker, now all of a sudden
now all
they're
of a sudden-
important again. I'm like, dude, make up your mind. It's like, are they important or not? Like, I don't know what's up with this.
To
They're
JJ,
important, now
yes.
they're not, now they are, now they're not. Oh wait, they are again. Wow.
It's a mystery.
I don't know, this is just getting a bit ridiculous. So, so apparently, she's, Rey's is Palpatine's, granddaughter, which I knew, like, I didn't know, but there was that scene where Kylo and Rey were fighting over that sort of ship, that,
one of the
that
drop
ship,
carriers.
one of the drop carriers, yeah, and they do this Force tug of war,
And Finn's
where
like,
they're pulling the...
Rey!
Bro, that's all he did in the
That's all
film.
he did. Yeah. All he did
Finn
was
just
shout.
just shout. Just shouting out, Rey, Rey!
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, shush.
I thought he was going to shoot Kylo, to make him lose his focus on holding the ship, because they're playing tug of ship.
No.
And,
Tug of
well, I
ship.
guess that's what I would have done. I would have pulled my blaster out and, just
true.
shot Kylo, At least then that would have sort of thrown him off, and then Rey could have pulled it away.
know.
But instead they play tugger.
tug of force, tug of ship.
force, tug a ship.
Yeah,
And
then that's when she does that, bzzzt, and I'm like, oh, okay. So is that how the? Yeah, I'm like, oh, so is that how? So that's how you get lightning.
Yeah, it's
Is it?
through the genes. Yeah,
It's
you
just
gotta
through immense
through immense
concentration.
genes. Yeah, yeah.
I guess is how you get electricity.
Yeah, I
don't
keep
know.
wanting to try
I'm
and I keep wanting to try and go back to Starkiller from Force Unleashed because he can do lightning, but
Right.
he's not canon anymore. So
Oh, isn't he?
yeah, so all of his
That
stories
was
all
Darth
lies.
Vader's apprentice.
Yeah,
eh?
yeah. So then I thought, oh, maybe it's a skill that all Sith can have the ability to do, but no, apparently Palpatine's the only one who can.
I don't know.
Is it?
I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, but then that brings up another problem because if she has that, then how can she do Force healing?
That's right. And then the Force
Because
healing.
then she's got Force healing, but then she's got Sith lightning. So,
I don't
because
know.
technically she's the descendant of a Sith, not a Jedi. So she should.
You see, yeah.
Hey,
how did she
hey,
learn
but so
Force
then
healing?
how'd she get
That
Force
was,
healing?
That was random. That was really random. I wasn't prepared. So that was random because you see, because you got Rey and Kylo, and they were having a fight or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, they're having their
Kylo
fight.
gets distracted by his mother's
his
spirit.
his
Mum's spirit. He drops his lightsaber, and then Rey like grabs it and stabs him in the stomach.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that wasn't very. I'm like, the man was
hard.
disarmed.
Yeah.
There was
man.
no need
I
to
thought
stab
she
him.
was a bit. Yeah. I thought that was like that's a bit dark, Ray.
She wanted to stab him, but then straight after that, she like healed him,
yeah.
and I'm like,
Kushraba.
I'm like, oh, so now she can use the Force to heal.
And Kylo's just sitting there like.
And Kylo's just sitting there like, thank you. I don't know. That was weird. How did she? I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
we
know,
are kind
so
of going a bit back and forth with these.
we're just going all over the place now. I don't even
Hey,
care
we're doing
anymore.
exactly what the Jedi film was doing. The
Yeah,
Star Wars
yeah,
film.
just
we're going
all
back
over
and
the
forth.
place.
Dude, tell me, you can tell them what you told me. J.J. Abrams basically
What?
made the Star Wars.
This was like this
a-
reminded me an episode of Lost. That's what this reminded me of, because he did Lost, or he was a producer
hey.
or whatever, and
And
did
this
Lost.
was
This was like another Lost
this was
episode.
Star Wars, the last episode. He even put in some lost characters.
Yeah, there was some
Just
Lost
to
character,
put-
Charlie.
They
and,
put Charlie, Pippin.
Mary.
Was it
Mary?
Pippin? No, I'm sure it was
Was
Pippin.
it Pippin? Pippin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
made
Pippin. He put Pippin in
Charlie. Charlie makes an appearance. But yeah, I thought, I was like, wow, this is like really getting so much. But again, there's so much information, and there's no time for like a breather.
there. To let it sizzle, to let it
There's
simmer
no time
so you
for a
can
breather.
just digest all the information coming in.
Like for instance, Chewie and his sort of death scene where you thought, that he died, but it happened so
And
fast.
everybody's so tragic about it. Hey, you got Finn who's crying, he's throwing a fit, and then Rey's throwing a bit of a fit, and then
Yeah, but that scene went so fast that the audience, like, I felt like I didn't have time to, like,
to
think
like,
that he,
oh no,
Chewie died, because within the next like 5
5
minutes
minutes
or
later,
whatever, Chewie's there.
he's there and he's
And
alive.
I'm
And it's
like,
like,
oh.
Okay, so basically you just played with people. Hey, you playing games, J.J.
Yeah.
Abrams. You
But-
playing a bit of games,
Yeah,
mate.
but the speed was so fast. There was no tension. I didn't feel any tension. I didn't feel any danger.
There was heaps going on, but it never felt like anybody was in real danger.
No, I didn't feel like any tension or danger because of the pacing. It was just so fast. It didn't give you time to, like, maybe they're going to lose, or maybe, it was just, it's just too fast. The pacing was too fast. So you couldn't really invest in much, because the next scene would play, and then the next scene, and then the next scene, and it's just,
And it's just sort of steady. It never rises. It never dips. It just kind of stays on forward.
in one speed.
Yeah.
It's like the whole
So there's
movie
nothing
is
to
in
feel
one speed,
tension.
and it just
Yeah,
goes like
you
that.
need those slow moments so that when you get to, to build that tension, and that way you can
there's no
crescendo
building.
over to it. To that,
Yeah.
There's
no building
and have
up
those payoffs.
and it's just what else is there?
A lot of MacGuffins, I suppose. A lot of things.
The new characters that they introduced.
Yeah, true, yeah.
Again, they were so fast, and it's like
just a bit unmemorable, eh? You know, you get to
like that Daft Punk character.
Yeah, there was a Daft
I liked
chick.
her. I thought she was
looked cool.
She looked cool, but again,
and apparently
so fast.
Yeah. Like apparently she worked with Poe. They were spice traders.
Something happened.
Some happened. Then she's at his throat, wanting to kill. Hey, I should kill you right now.
Yeah, she's happy,
so happy to kill him.
Yeah,
and then 5 minutes later, she's like,
Ray,
"Come
Ray
with
comes
me."
In, Ray comes and trips her up and beats her up, and then she's like, "Oh, I like you."
No, I like you.
And Ray's like, "I like you too." We should be friends.
We should be friends.
And then she's like, "Come, follow me. I
can keep you
help
safe.
you. I can help you with what you need." And I'm like,
yeah,
that was so fast.
Hey, and then
she was ready to kill Poe, and then she's like, "Come follow me."
And then 5 minutes later, they're both on the roof, like, "You should come with me. Like, I got a chip here that can get me into anything. You can."
Yeah, come with me, Poe.
Come with me.
Like, but you were ready to bust. But she was ready to blow his head off, and then
and then now 5 minutes later, she's hungering for him.
It was too fast. It was like boom, 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 boom.
The only ones that are memorable are the ones that didn't really make much, didn't have much to talk about, which was Babu Freak.
Yeah, Babu Freak. Babu Freak was cool. Babu Freak. He was cool. He was cool. I liked him.
Because in this whole complex film, he's the simplest person. I reckon that's why.
Yeah.
And
he's all right. And they needed him to
rewire C-3PO.
So C-3PO apparently he can read Darth.
He can read Sith language.
Sith language, which was on the dagger.
Yeah, which I didn't even know that
needed.
I didn't know that.
But he could translate it, and he knows what it says on the dagger, but he can't say it.
But he can't say it
because of his programming.
It's a forbidden language, but they put it in there anyway. Just like
that whole bit kind of missed me, because again it was so fast, and they were explaining it to the audience, but again it was like, I was like, so hold on, what did he say? What did C-3PO? C-3PO said something, but I'm like, I've missed it. I can't.
Basically, he can read any language, but that's a forbidden language. He can't.
Apparently,
he's not allowed to look at. So they go to Babu Freak to rewire him, and then he says that it's gonna wipe his memory.
Yeah. And then there's that scene where he's like, where Poe's like, "So what are you doing, C-3PO?" And he's like, "I'm looking at my friends one last time," or something. and I'm looking around. I'm like, where? Where? Chewie's
Where
gone.
your friends at?
Where your friends at? Chewie's not there.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
Chewie's not there.
No Chewie.
R2-D2's
not there. Luke's not there.
Dead. Leia's not there. Han's dead.
Whose friends are you talking about?
Whose friends are you talking to? Poe doesn't like you.
Poe
don't like you.
Poe doesn't like you.
The
Daft chick don't know who you are.
Ray and Finn
are sort of like, well, they're on their own. They're having debates at the moment.
Man, that was whack.
She was having a personal crisis, so they were busy with that. They ain't busy with you.
That's all whack, man.
Hey,
that's all whack. What are you talking about?
And then that's when you're supposed to feel another feels. Hey, you're supposed to like, we're gonna lose C-3PO. He's gonna die on us, pretty much. And then later on, R2-D2 comes and brings his memory back, and then he's back to normal again. I was like, well, then what's the point? What was the point of making that out? Yeah. What was all this sad music playing, bittersweet, and oh man. My goodness.
I don't know.
Yeah. And then after that, they go and they go back onto Kylo's ship because they need to get the dagger again. And then they go off and they light speed out away.
It's just too
And
fast.
then they get to the planet where the Death Star was destroyed, where it fell onto a planet. And they crashed their their ship into the planet. Hey, remember that? Okay,
we're
true.
good.
Okay, so,
we've just
we
reached 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
So this review's already 30 minutes. So I don't know.
It was supposed to be half that.
But yeah, as you were saying,
anyway, they go and they like speed away because they got the info now. They know exactly what planet to go to. And for some reason, maybe I missed it, or maybe it was explained, but they get to the planet where the Death Star had, where it blew up and where it landed on. And for some reason, they crashed the Millennium Falcon into the ground on the way there. And I still don't, for this day, figure out why. How did that happen? How did they crash it? Because the ship was fine when they left. Nobody shot at it. They just went into normal light speed. And then they crashed the plane.
I don't
And
know
I
why
thought,
they crashed,
crashed the ship. Sorry, crashed the ship.
It doesn't make any sense.
I was like, well, how did that happen?
Well, apparently, from what I remember, is that the landing legs
the landing legs
were busted.
How did those bust?
But again, even then, like there was no need for them to like
so
slide.
what?
And
So they
crash
slide
on
into
the,
like they treat. I call it a plane because they treat the ship like an aeroplane.
yeah, where it slid on the
Where it
ground.
slid on the ground.
But it doesn't make sense because the ship can actually hover down.
Because I've
and
seen
hover
it
up.
drop down.
Yeah.
How else are they supposed to get to the secret base where Leia is?
Yeah.
They don't crash land into.
Nah. So I don't even know why they even
That
crashed.
ship was
or, like,
never
sort of slid
designed
on
to
the-
do that.
I don't know. Like I don't know. That was weird. But yeah, hey, but again, that's another thing where it's like, don't think about it.
Yeah.
Just
they make things up in this film.
just go with
so
it.
that it helps the plot. Hey, that's the problem.
Don't
They
think about
needed
it,
the
just-
ship to. Well, they needed, from what I can see, they needed the ship to crash so that Rey can go off into the starship alone and grab the whatever it is to find Palpatine, because they have to find some type of magical
and then the
trident
dagger.
pyramid.
What's up with the dagger?
And the dagger.
I don't even understand.
dagger.
Like, apparently, Luke.
I thought it was just supposed to look
Apparently,
flash.
Luke was looking for the dagger.
Yeah,
Now,
he
no one
wasn't
told
doing
it,
it
like-
to die.
That's what Ray said. It's like, this is. Look, the dagger. This was what Luke was looking for all these years. I'm like, no, he wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
What are you talking
He
about?
told me he went to the. He told me he ran off.
I'm like, what are you even talking about? He went to the island because he was depressed and he didn't want to be a Jedi.
Yeah,
no
didn't
more.
want to be a Jedi no more, so he
What
just
are you
wanted to
talking about?
die.
He was look, look, this is what Luke was looking for. No, he wasn't. I don't know what happened. So apparently the dagger was important in the trilogy. But
we don't hear about it till the last
yeah,
episode.
we don't hear about it until like right now. I'm like, oh, okay,
All right.
sure. and then you got the dagger that just so happens to be in the same shape as the wreckage of the.
Yeah. I thought the dagger was just shaped that way to look flash. I was like, oh, it's Sith, so it's supposed to be all spiky and. Not really. No,
apparently
it's actually
it was
broken, carved in the exact way to line up with the exact wreckage, because they knew that the Death Star was going to crash exactly like that, so that she could line it up and put it exactly where it was. I was like, oh man, I think you're making
How
some
did she
shit.
know
I
where
think
to
you're making
stand?
shit up there, bro.
How did she know where to stand?
Hey, yeah, because what
Like, she
happens
could have
if you were
stand
stood on?
anywhere.
Yeah. What if you were standing on another side of them? Well, then you'd be stuffed, really, wouldn't you? If you were like
You
10
just happened
paces
to be
to the left,
standing in the right in the place where sure,
where
right, yeah.
it was supposed to be.
And then,
yeah.
And then then you got the dagger. She goes into the throne room because apparently the throne room isn't destroyed. The Death Star bits and pieces are
Sorry
still
about that.
intact. Right. So then you got that. It's like, okay, sure, whatever.
Yeah. So the seat's still intact, and that's where he put it, right next to his throne room, just to the left. I didn't actually know there was a little, what would you
Yeah.
call that? A closet?
She
A
goes into
wardrobe?
this closet.
Goes into
thing.
the closet.
Apparently power is still. There's still
yeah,
power
there's still
running
power in the Death Star.
in the
which-
broken Death Star.
which
Okay.
I give props to the engineer on Rogue One. He did a fantastic job of keeping that thing powered.
All these years
Oh
later.
man, yeah.
Yeah. She goes and she finds a Sith version of herself.
Yeah, yeah.
Because,
and that's where she gets her
you know,
little-
whether it makes any sense or not, I mean...
with sharp
whatever.
teeth.
Yeah,
She had
yeah.
shark teeth.
Yeah, and then she
Hey,
done that,
She did a golem.
she did a golem. She did
Lord of the Rings.
a Lord of the Rings.
Fellowship. Hey, we're oh man.
She did a
Bilbo,
a Baggins.
bit of Bilbo
A
Baggins. Yeah.
Yeah, she done a Bilbo Baggins. I'm like,
I was like, oh,
I don't know, dark Ray, Sith Ray.
which
Darth
I thought
Ray.
she looked cool. I thought, man, maybe she should have just turned Sith. I reckon she-
I think they could have done the costume a bit
Should've
better.
done.
It was just in a hood. She didn't really look.
Oh
any
yeah,
different.
I guess
She
so.
could've, you know,
Maybe
they
put
could've
on
made
the
it-
whole.
could've made
give her
it-
a whole Darth Vader-y looking. I don't know.
or a better costume.
Or maybe she
whatever.
was just
She's
mirroring
got
her
that-
grandfather, just the cloak.
Yeah. She's got that double-bladed lightsaber, but that can go into like a scissor.
They can turn into
into
a Swiss
like
Army.
a Swiss Army knife.
I thought that design was kind of,
Goofy.
I don't know,
That was goofy.
because then how are you supposed to hold it? You're supposed to hold it,
Well,
and
it
you've got
can
this
lock.
bit.
It can lock into two because there was that bit where she does a move and where she catches Ray's
I
lightsaber
guess so. Yeah, but then
in
wouldn't.
two pieces.
But how can you catch it when you just like? Because there's still some space in between. I don't. I think I'm just
know.
going too deep into it. I thought the design was a bit.
I don't bloody know.
She should have had nunchucks or something, you know. That would have made more sense.
So there's that, and then she does a roly-poly backwards
Yeah,
out of
yeah,
the
yeah, she does a roly-poly.
out of the closet. She finds,
Kylo's there.
Kylo's there, and then they have a big fight.
Big fight, and then.
And then she stabs him, and then they do a force
Yeah,
heal,
and then that was a
then
waste
it's
of
like-
time trying to find the MacGuffin in the first place, the compass, because then he just breaks it anyway.
That's right. Kylo finds that cube.
She drops
apart
it.
The Wayfinder.
She's having hallucinations and she drops it.
The Wayfinder is what Ray's looking for.
what Ray's looking for.
Apparently, these two Wayfinders.
They happen to make two of them because they never, just to make sure in case one of them broke.
Just in case
They
one
had
broke,
another one
they
on
had another
standby.
one on. Yep. So apparently there's two. Kylo finds one, hooks up some guitar leads
Some guitar. Yeah, hey, hard. I was like, man, did this
into
fella
the
put some
pyramid,
guitar leads
and then
into-
finds Palpatine on that rock.
on the Sith
underneath
planet,
the rock,
pretty much
Sith
underneath
planet.
a rock.
So
Yeah,
there was
yeah. I
that
was like,
bit.
underneath a rock.
So these
That's how they. Then that's the thing. Yeah, they have a battle, which I thought she looked a bit slow doing. Did you reckon?
What's that?
I don't know. I felt like their fight scene between Kylo and Rey was a bit slow. Like she was trying to.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know what happened.
Too much
there.
flipping, maybe.
But-
Too much, getting.
Yeah. So she's got to her force healing powers.
Yeah. Then she stabs
I
him.
mean,
And she was legit. She wanted to kill Kylo. Eh? She wanted to straight up.
but then
waste
had
the
a
fight.
change of heart.
But then
like,
she stabs. She's like, oh. Sorry. Let me just heal that.
Let me
back.
fix
Let
it
me
back
chuck
up
some.
again.
Let me chuck some. Let me chuck some vapor rub on there. There we go. There. Chuck some vapor rub on there. That'll get you back to
that
gear.
was
Sorted.
weird.
There we go.
Han came back and had a heart-to-heart with old what's-his-face, with old Kylo. So that was all right. I was like, oh, yeah, okay, sure, whatever.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
head to heart. Ray goes off because she's torn. She takes off on her
Ray
own.
has a tantrum,
She has a
and then
tantrum.
blows up her ship.
Her ship.
The Kylo ship or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And then Luke appears.
Yeah.
So we got Luke as a Force ghost. So he's there. Catches, apparently Ghost...
Apparently this girl-
Apparently Ghost...
Apparently ghosts can catch things.
Apparently ghosts can catch things, apparently.
Because this cheeky little girl wanted to throw the old lightsaber into
That was another
the
thing.
fire.
That was another thing. Right? The lightsaber, broke in two in The Last Jedi.
Did it?
Yes.
Shit, I can't... Oh,
Remember they were doing that tug of war?
Yeah, they were having tug of
Kylo
war.
and Ren were tug-of-warring.
Tug-of-warring
and then
over
the
his lightsaber.
broke into
and
two.
it broke, yeah.
Anakin's, or, lightsaber
yeah,
or whatever, broke in two. But in this film, apparently, it's fixed.
True. And then that's how you're supposed to say, and then that's when you're supposed to tell.
movie
you
doesn't explain
That's what
how
you're
they
supposed.
fixed
That's
it.
when you're supposed to tell yourself within the time span of Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, they fixed it. And
I don't
that's
know.
how you're supposed to
Yeah,
think. You
again,
know?
this is
that's
one
how
of
you're
those-
supposed to think. That's your brain. That's how your brain has to think
Again, this is one of those things
to
where it's
enjoy
like,
this film.
don't think about it. Just
Yeah.
okay.
We're gonna carry on.
Anakin's lightsaber's fixed. Just don't even think about it. Just go with the. Okay, next scene. Next scene. Boom, 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 boom.
Look, it's Ghost Luke. He came back. Go, look.
So Ghost, yeah. So Force Ghost Luke comes back, does a thing, lifts
her
up
spirits up.
his ship.
Which I guess was cool. You know,
okay.
there is
Yeah.
there is some hearkening back to the old. You know,
Again,
so,
it's
you
just
know,
so fast. It just goes boom, boom, boom. Scene. There's no time to think.
No.
And I think that was the trick.
I think that's the trick. Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
trick of
See,
JJ.
See, AJ, he knew what he was doing.
Abrams.
You know,
J.J.
he knew what he was
Abrams knew
doing.
what he was up to, because he was like, "I'm just going to throw things at the audience. You know, I won't give them time to think.
I won't let you think.
I'll just
keep doing it.
throw here.
And if I
throw
do
there.
this enough, you'll keep yourself distracted, and you can get through the whole film distracted.
I didn't think Leia needed to be in here, especially if she's dead.
I
Especially
thought
if the
it was-
actress has passed away.
you know?
It's like I reckon they should have just left Leia.
And even her passing was a little bit quick. Hey, you know, like they have a bit of a mourn. Chewie cries, and then they carry on for the next part, and off we go to the next bit. You know, it's like, maybe you shouldn't just had him in there to begin with.
But
yeah, okay, we'll get to the ending. Let's just get to the ending.
Let's just get to the ending. 'Cause I'm like, so the ending. Yeah.
So Ray's Kylo's turned back into Bean.
So yeah, that's right. So apparently, so you got Ray. Oh, that's right. Kylo gets turned to the good
redeemed.
side now.
Yeah, he gets redeemed.
He
Not
throws
by
his
Ray,
lightsaber
but
off.
by his daddy.
Yeah. He throws his lightsaber. He's no longer a Sith. He's a Jedi now. He comes back and fights his
guards,
his Knights of Ren.
which they kind of looked a bit.
Knights of Ren. I thought they were Jedi's. I didn't realise they were.
They weren't. They just
bounty hunter or like
bodyguards.
Bodyguards.
They just,
I thought they
an
were
entourage.
Jedis.
Yeah.
I thought they were actually Jedi. Sith. I didn't realise they were just
normal people.
They were just
normal,
random. Yeah.
randos.
So the Knights of Ren meant nothing.
They didn't, and it sucked because he puts them all throughout the film, and they do nothing but stare. They do nothing.
There was so that build.
Just looking
that was
at
all
shit.
build ups.
Just looking at people.
That was all build ups to nothing. So
Yeah.
and they and there was a fight with Kylo and Ben, I should say.
Yeah, sorry, Ben now. He's Ben now.
And the Knights of Ren, they beat him up.
Hey, they kick the shit.
his butt, and I'm like,
butt.
I thought Kylo was like powerful in the Force. Can't he like just choke them all and just like, vroom, 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 pick one up, shoot him, pick the
That's
other
the
one up,
problem.
stop
I
him,
think.
shoot
I
him.
think that's the problem with like
That
good
was
and
dumb.
bad when they try to portray them. They
So
always
when
make
he's
the bad
evil-
too overpowered.
So when he's evil, he's powerful. He's more powerful.
Yeah. But when he's a hero, he's weak.
But now that he's gone to the good side, now he's getting his butt
now
whooped,
he's
and he
getting his butt
needs
whooped,
Ray to save
and he
him.
needs Ray.
They have that,
And they're
that-
able to do Inception shit. That's all I can think of it. Force Inception. Because they're able to
dream
dream
but
each
like
other,
teleportation,
and then teleport their gears to each
apparently,
other.
yeah.
Like, I thought that power was a bit... I don't know. I thought that was a bit too on the line of... It went to unbelievable when it got to that point. They have this force power where they can inception each other, so they can... well, actually, I should just call it magicianing, because they can... Because Ray can put a lightsaber behind her head, and she's like, it disappears. And then Ben's like,
ha ha,
magic. And the Knights of Ren are like, whoa, hey.
It was kind of goofy. I thought that bit was
I
sort
thought
of
that was
goofy.
goofy.
I was like, what? No. What are you talking about?
I was like, man, they really are space wizards.
Yeah, so they got that connection, and they also had a bit of a fight
And
too.
then they
during
had a
the
bit of
film.
a fight.
There
Yeah.
was like a match where Ray and Kylo were like, "Douche, douche, where are you?" And tell me where you
hey,
are.
tell me where you are. Yeah, that's right. They have a battle, but they're in two different spots, but they're able to still collide their lightsabers with each other. And I thought it was cracking
That was
because at the
sort of-
very end of it, right, she smashes Darth Vader's head, or whatever, a helmet, and that's how he knows, oh, that's where you are, because he's on the ship, he's trying to find her, and he's like, oh, he's on the ground, she's up in his ship. And then he turns to the stormtrooper that must have been watching all of it, because he kind of stands there. And he's like, you there? And he's like, oh. So he must have been watching all of this where Kylo's just like, oh, oh. In this space of land where nobody's around him, and he's talking to himself and whipping his lightsaber everywhere. And this one stormtrooper must have been just standing there, just like, what the? What is this fella up to? I thought those were crack up, man.
I don't know. Anyways, so then Kylo defeats his Ren. his Knights of Ren.
Knights of Ren. They
They
get
both
wasted
go to
pretty much.
Palpatine. Palpatine's got like lost fingers, and he's like,
Do it.
Strike me down.
I thought he was going to do something like, give me a kiss, granddaughter.
Give your papa.
Give your papa a kiss. It's been too long. You should have done that. No,
So-
I won't.
So apparently, 1,000 Jedis live in
Yeah,
Palpatine.
1,000 Sith Lords.
And what he
they
wants-
live inside me.
And what he wants
what
is
he
that
wants-
he wants Rey to take up the throne. So he wants Rey to strike him down. Strike me down.
He's got a bit of a thing for that.
No
He
one wants to strike you
No
down,
one wants to strike
Palpatine.
him
No, nobody wants to
Strike
strike
me down,
Strike
Anakin.
me down.
Strike me down, Luke.
Who drank all the milk? Strike
Strike
me
me
down. I did.
I did.
No one wants
Well,
to.
I'm not going to
Settle
do that,
down,
but
mate.
man, you can buy some more. Hey, like,
Any-
settle down.
Anyways, yeah, so apparently 1,000 Sith Lords live in Palpatine. And he wants to transfer that into
And
Rey,
whoever, yeah.
so that Rey
Strike
can
me
be,
down in vengeance, and they shall
I don't know, something.
go inside you.
Some bullcrap. So then what happens? Right, it was out of it because throughout the movie I thought Palpatine wanted Kylo to kill Rey.
Yeah, he did.
Hey. And he's like, I don't think you're up to the challenge. And then Kylo's like, yes, I'm up to the challenge. How is it that Rey's still alive? You know what I'm saying?
I'm beginning
So
to doubt
apparently,
your
so throughout the whole
abilities.
film, Palpatine wanted to kill her.
Yeah.
Then like near the end,
Then near
he's
the
like,
end-
yes, my granddaughter.
My granddaughter.
Yes, come take your place in the
take
dark
your
side. Strike
The
me
throne
down.
is
So
for
then-
you.
Yeah, so then it's like, so he didn't want to kill, he didn't want Rey to die.
No.
He wanted Rey to take his place.
I've just been mucking Kylo around.
I'm like, okay, and then
I'm cheeky like that.
and then you've got Rey and Kylo. They come up, and then Palpatine does this force suck
yeah.
where he's
Yeah.
sucking them off, like
juice out of
sucking their
pause.
juice.
Pause. We will
I
not.
thought this was
we
a
will not
PG.
allow that.
I'm like, so
There's a lot of essence and
So there's this force
and
suck.
life force and
There's this force
There's a lot
suck,
of
and he's
that,
sucking
man.
the force out of Rey, and
it brings his fingers back.
and
he
it
was
brings
like,
his-
yes,
and changes his
I
robe.
can wear gloves.
Because apparently force sucking changes your attire.
Brings
So
changes
then
your
he went from
clothes.
this raggedy robe to this
To
really
raggedy
nice
robe, to this nice looking robe. But then
I
he
don't know
still
how that happened.
goes from black lips and
Black lipstick
blind
to,
eyeballs to some seeing pair of eyeballs now. He still looks all saggy.
It just looks really weird when they're like kneeling down and they're like, oh,
and they're like, oh,
and Palpatine's like, sucking the Force out.
That's
of
all
him.
he's got. All he's got is this move, but
Is
it's
that
pretty
right?
OP.
Does that sound right to you? That's what I'm saying. Like, does this sound right? Force sucking. Sucking the Force out of other Jedis.
draining the life force of your.
Does that sound
I've never
right?
heard that before. It's something he must have picked up.
I don't know. So there's that. The Force suck ability.
Yeah,
Which is like, okay, that came out of nowhere.
which is pretty much you can suck the blood in. Sorry,
and
suck
then
the essence.
and then he does this big huge lightning bolt up
Yeah, and
into
he's
the
like,
sky.
yeah.
And it's like,
Voldemort,
and then he changes his mind and he's like, you know what? On second thought, now that I've got my powers back, I don't need you. I don't need Rey. I don't need Kylo. You know, he
the
chucks
true,
Kylo away in
the
pit.
two to make the one, or something.
something like so then he changes his plan
and
again.
then he changes
So
his
it's
plan
like-
again. Yeah, so that's 3 times he's gone and
So
done
3
that.
times he's changed his plan. I don't think he knows what he's doing. I don't think the writers know exactly what they would.
Nah,
wanting to
they
write.
didn't. They didn't know what they were doing. I don't think anyone knew what they were doing. But it's like you're stuck in this corner. Really, they've written themselves into a corner, so we can't do anything. So now we gotta just make bull
So there's that.
up as we go along.
And then
bullwumps.
and then finally Rey, Rey's has the coach. So apparently all of the
So
Jedi,
she's trained, and then all the Jedi.
all
talk to
past
her.
Jedi come, and they're like 1,000 Jedi's live in you,
Yeah.
type thing. And I'm like,
They're like, yeah, which I
Okay.
guess, like, yeah, I mean,
guess I don't know. I guess
story-wise, I don't think that worked out very well. But of course, fan-wise, they worked out pretty cool. I was like, okay, cool. We get to listen to all of the Jedi
past
again from the
Jedi's.
past
We got
Jedi.
Qui-Gon Jinn.
We got Qui-Gon Jinn. I mean, that
all
was
them
cool.
come.
And we got
I mean,
Luke,
it's
and we
all
got
right.
Anakin,
Ewan
and they even
McGregor.
got Ewan McGregor. He should have said,
Ewan
hello there.
McGregor. Hello there, Ray.
We got Samuel L. Jackson. He's in there too.
Ahsoka, apparently.
Ahsoka, yeah. Oh, well, I couldn't distinguish her. She must have been the one chick or something.
It was in
Yeah.
the credits.
She was in the credits, so yeah.
But
I thought it was funny that because Anakin was like, bring balance back to the Force, just like I did. And I was like, from all the memes, I'm pretty sure you didn't do that, bro.
I don't know. I just thought it was so weird. Like, the movie is called Skywalker. How can
Yeah.
you not have Anakin in there?
I know.
What a trippy, like, I'm
Yeah.
how?
I thought, man, because I actually thought maybe they would bring in Anakin as a ghost, and
Nope.
maybe he can talk.
Nope.
You know,
Nope.
because Luke was okay. He was all right, but then maybe Anakin would have been better because he knew what was going on through her mind. You know, she was in this tormented zone where she didn't know if she was a Sith or if she was a Jedi, and then you could have probably used Anakin there, and he could have had the corridors.
Nope.
But instead, you just get like one line per Jedi and
I just can't
and a nice
believe-
star zoom in of the stars.
I just can't believe where it's like, you got his last name in the film. How was he not there? It's just really it's just really weird.
He was the start
isn't
of the
this the-
Skywalkers.
isn't
Yeah,
this the
you know, shouldn't
Skywalker
you
saga?
at least let him be
Isn't
in
this
there?
the Skywalker saga? Isn't this what everyone was saying? Oh, well, not everybody, but isn't this what JJ and Kathleen Kennedy were saying? This is the end of the Skywalker saga?
Yeah.
How can you not have Anakin in there?
I think by this
Wow.
point, they just wanted to get them all rid of. You know, hey,
I think they just wanted to
hurry up.
finish this trilogy.
This is
That's
it.
how I
We're
felt
gonna
like.
kill them all off. They're all dead now.
Now we can move on.
Now we can put in our Jedi, and our one is Rey, Finn, Poe.
So, yeah, anyways, yeah. So then he's like force sucking, Palpatine's force sucking or whatever. He throws Kylo in a pit. a random pit
Which is a
that just
waste of
happens to be
time. Yeah,
there.
yeah, happen.
Yeah, but then you know,
But you know he's not
Ray
dead.
kills him. You know, he does like a lightning strike.
Yeah, she does a
and then
lightning
Ray's
strike at
like-
her, and then she whips out her lightsaber. And she's like,
She whips out, you know, Leia's lightsaber because apparently Leia had a lightsaber.
because she was a Jedi.
Because she was a Jedi, apparently.
So she had one.
So she was training with Luke, and she bait up Luke.
Yeah.
Hey, like she gave Luke the work, and I'm just like,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah, I was like-
everybody's beating up on Luke. You got Ray beating him up.
You've got Leia,
Got Leia
beating him up.
I'm like, oh hell.
You've got his father beating him up. You've got Palpatine beating him up.
Gee. But yeah, anyways, so Leia's got her own lightsaber. Okay.
Yeah. And then she just...
And then she does
She pretty
that,
much
you
Wonder
know,
Woman's it.
Wonder Woman's it. And then Palpatine gets all fleshy.
And she's like, ah.
And then evaporates him.
And
you
then,
know.
yeah. And then he'll come back
And
later on.
then she dies.
And then she dies from exhaustion. Yeah, yeah. Which I thought was out of it. I didn't know that.
I was sitting there watching, I'm like, huh? Like, what did she do?
Everybody
exactly?
thought that. I reckon everyone thought that in our cinema.
Because
Because we were kind of looking at it.
She was standing there.
Yeah, I mean, she defeated
her,
him.
you know, there,
And then
she's
she
like,
just...
I'm like,
And she
what?
dies with the
And then
eyes
she
open.
dies.
Yeah.
And then she dies, and it's like, how? I don't know. So apparently she dies. Kylo crawls up the pit. you
He's
know,
like, no,
Kylo crawls up a pit, comes to her, and he's like, oh, holding her, and then he
And then he does the...
and then he does this force heal. He's like, force heal, and then you know, Ray's like,
He's like,
Ray's alive again. So I'm like, oh, okay, Ray's alive. Wow.
yay!
And then
And then...
they
And then, my
like
good
stare at
viewers.
each other for a good 10 minutes.
And then my
You
good
know,
viewers.
And then they're like looking at each other, touching each other's head, and they're like looking at each other's eyes. And then I was like, this is awkward. I'm like, they're gonna kiss, and I'm like, and then they do the kiss, and I'm just like, a cold shiver went down my spine
I
when
think
I saw that.
I
was
heard
like,
a few people go...
or did you?
I heard like quite a few people like not
cinema.
Yeah, not loud though. Not
was
not
just
loud.
a quiet-
It was just like a loud, just a quiet. Hey. I think it was those. It was someone in front, and then it was someone behind.
Oh,
and
was it?
Yeah, they were like, hey. And I just cracked up in my head.
Because it was
It was like,
Huh?
okay, so this whole time, all of this fighting, this bickering between them, these forced conflicts, this she stabbing him, was because that she had the hots for Kylo, pretty much. That's why she was
just
getting
wanted
angry.
to kiss.
That's
That
why
was
she
all.
kept
That-
hitting
that-
him. Because she had the hots for that. She was
the
the first time she saw him
She was
with
one
that
of her
robe
ends.
off. The first time she saw him in just his pants, she was like, oh my goodness, this could work out.
So there you got your Raylo.
No wonder she wanted him to join the good side of the Force so eagerly.
So you got the Raylo. So that's done. They kiss, right? And straight after the
Yeah,
kiss, he's like,
I'm out.
I'm out.
I got my kiss.
Yeah. And then he disappears. And it's like, oh, that his death was so fast, I
Hey.
didn't have time to process it.
Yeah, and then he fades away, and then his mother fades away. And so everybody, and then that is the end of the Skywalkers. All the Skywalkers have died now. Hey, Luke's dead, Leia's dead, Kylo's dead, Han Solo is dead. And I guess that was the fall of the Skywalkers?
I don't know. Then at the end, Ray, yeah.
Everybody's hugging and kissing at
Everyone's
the end.
hugging and kissing.
Yay!
These bows are kissing. Yeah.
Everybody's having a good old uffy-uffies and a good old...
Yeah, there's a
and
quick
good-
scene where there's like a lesbian kiss, but it happened so fast, like if that you could have, you could have missed it.
Big deal, carry on.
You could have missed it, but there was that bit. I'm like, oh, okay. Am I supposed to care, or like, So there's that bit, and then we get to the final end where Ray goes to Tatooine, to bury
to go back to Skywalker's funny.
the Skywalker farm. She goes there. She buries Anakin's lightsaber
Anakin and Leia's,
Leia's lightsaber,
and she makes her
why.
own.
And then and then she's got her own lightsaber, which I'm like, wait,
Which is like,
when did she
okay,
make her
so
own
she did
lightsaber?
this when? Yeah, that's the problem. There's no time. There's no incentive to tell you that this is how much time has gone by per
She was wearing
scene,
the same outfit.
you know?
She was wearing
She
her
was
same
wearing the
outfit.
same outfit. She looked exactly the same. She didn't change her clothes. So then you have to assume that she must have went there the very next day or something. Hey, she must have went to the planet to get the kyber crystals.
But how did she make her own lightsaber? That was really weird. And again, that scene was so fast. She just turned it on, turned it off. And
To
I'm
let you
like,
know what colour it is, really.
Yeah,
Just to let you know what
which
colour
was
it is.
yellow.
It's
But
yellow.
But again, it was so fast, and I'm like, wait, when did she find the time to make it? To go find a kyber crystal, make the...
Because it's supposed to be a
Again-
whole journey, isn't it?
again, it's one of those things where it's like, don't
Sorry.
think about it, just go.
Because, well, you know, I'm led to believe that it's in order for a Jedi to make their lightsaber, it takes a whole journey type of thing.
It
Hey,
takes
you know,
time
it,
to-
it takes a couple of days to actually.
Well, apparently not.
So, like, well, I guess if you know everything, if you can do all the force
Well, apparently
energies,
not.
if you know the
So,
force powers in
I'm
your,
like, okay.
then
Yeah.
I guess it only takes you an hour or
And-
two to just put it together.
And then right at the end, we got this camel lady that comes out of nowhere. So we got the camel lady, and she's like,
she shows up.
I haven't seen anybody here. Yes.
Yeah. So, where were you?
And I'm
are
like,
you?
okay. And then,
Why are you out here?
yeah, and I'm like, who are you? And she's like, Ray.
Ray.
And then she's like,
And she looks over and she sees Leia and
Luke.
looking at her.
yeah, so
Being
they
like-
come as a force ghost.
Force ghost.
And then the camel lady's like, what's your last name? And Ray's like, last name? Oh. Then she looks off,
And they look at her.
and
they're
they
like-
look at her, and they're like nodding their head as if like giving her permission to.
Yeah, like, you can take it.
I'm like, okay. And then she like turns back and she's like, Skywalker, Ray Skywalker. And I'm just like,
No, but you should have scared her and said, Ray Palpatine.
yeah, really, because she's,
really should have
she's a
scared
Palpatine.
her. Yeah.
She's like, well, she's a Palpatine, really. That's what she is. So I'm like, you found out who you were. You're a Palpatine. And she's like, no, I don't want to be a Palpatine. I want to be Skywalker.
Skywalker.
So now Ray's Skywalker. So it's
Yeah,
like,
and that
oh.
sort of irked me because then, well, and even in that scene, you could have at the very least put in the Skywalker. Hey, the rest of them. Not just Leia, not just Luke. You could have put, well, where was Ben?
And Anakin.
Hey, where's Anakin? Where are them? They're
not
Skywalkers,
important.
aren't they?
Anakin's not important.
They're technically Skywalkers, so they should be in there.
So that's it. That's basically.
And then
how it
she
ends,
stares off into the two sunsets
Yeah,
with her droid.
with her droid, and then that's it. That's basically. the end. Oh, gee, that was a long review, but basically that was like an overall summary. I know this was quite long,
This
but
was 2 hours. Oh no, an hour.
this was an hour and a bit.
And a
I
bit.
think this is like an hour and a
But
bit.
I think
something.
that's everybody's
But
reviews is an
that's
hour.
basically- yeah. I mean,
everybody's reviews have been an hour.
there's so much stuff in this film. It's kind of hard to try and do like a 10-minute review or like
If you want to just cut, and this is us trying to
You know?
cut things out. There's heaps of things we
There's
didn't
still
talk.
heaps
We didn't
of more
talk about the
things.
spy. We didn't
There's
talk
still
about
heaps more
the.
things in the film.
We
Yeah,
didn't even
the
talk about
spy.
Orlando Calrissian. We didn't even talk about him and his
spy.
supposed daughter.
Oh,
we didn't even
gee.
talk about them. You know,
I don't know. And then that's right. And then
basically
you got
we
General
can only
Hux.
bullet point it. Yeah,
You got General
Hux.
Hux that was a spy, but
He
then
was
it's
speaking
like
of a spy.
it's like I don't care if you win. I want Kylo to lose. And I'm just like,
And
what?
then he gets killed, and then he gets killed off, and they move on to somebody else who's sort of like a second-hand
He doesn't explain
version
his
of the
plan.
other general.
Yeah, Finn's like, Ray, I need to tell you something.
Yeah.
And he never
That's
tells
right. And
her
he never
anything.
tells her anything, but they keep bringing it up. Hey,
I don't know.
you
I've
know.
got
And then
something
Ray was like, "So what did you wanted to tell me?" and he says, "Oh, I'll tell you later."
and then
then
Poe's
Poe's like,
when Poe's not
when
here.
Poe's not here, eh? Orlando, who happens to be on that planet of the dancing people, he only gets used like a handful, couple of times. Hey, he doesn't get used
it's
all
good
that
to
much.
see Lando.
Good to see
again,
him, but they don't use him that much, which is a bit rats.
And then Finn's friend, the other stormtrooper. So there's another stormtrooper that went rogue. You know, there's that character.
Yeah.
But again, it was so far. Like, is that supposed to be Finn's
new
girlfriend now?
Finn's new girlfriend, because then she's with him all the time.
Yeah, Rose Tico's like,
And yeah,
let me come
and
with
it
you.
hurts my heart when I see Rose getting this. She got sidetracked hard,
She
man.
got pushed back. She got denied.
She got denied,
so many
man.
times. Poor Rose.
Man, I felt bad.
Yeah,
I
me
was like,
too.
man, if anything, she should have been given more time. I was like,
don't forget me. And then Finn's like, get back on the ship.
Mate.
Just
Girl,
get back on the ship.
you got your
I can do
kiss.
this myself.
You can go away.
Just get back on the ship. That's how it felt like. Poor
and,
Rose.
Yeah, and like, but
Oh,
like,
well.
it felt like she wanted to go do that, you know? And she's like, I have to stay here at the base. And we have to get on the transport because the ship's going down.
And the space horses.
And the whole time, she's staring at this new girl that's now become Finn's new middy. And she's like,
I don't know.
you could tell she's
I don't know.
trying to hold it in.
In summary, this film, I mean, it's all right.
Yeah,
You know, if
I
you
know
don't
we're
think about
harping on it. We're harping on it hard out, but it is an okay film. It's not terrible to watch, but it's just
It's
I
just
guess
all over
as
the
fans,
place.
you can't help but bring all this stuff up, you know.
Especially if you've watched the first and second movie, and then you know, like the Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and then you watch this. It's
you
like
watch this, it's a bit out
it's
of
so
place,
out of
you know?
place, and none of these films connect well.
Nah, none of them.
They're just
they
all
do
very
not
disjointed, and I don't know what the hell is going on. And some questions were answered, some aren't. I don't know. Palpatine.
A whole lot aren't.
It doesn't explain how Palpatine lives. You're just supposed to roll with it.
Yeah.
Again, that's one of the things. Like, don't think about it. Just roll with it. He's alive. That's all you need to know.
And that's what.
That is all you need to know. Okay, Palpatine's
That is all I
alive.
need to know.
That is all you need to know. Okay, you know, what about Anakin's lightsaber? You know, being repaired. You don't need to know that. Okay, you don't need to know how it got fixed. It's fixed. That's all you need to know. Wow. But anyways, our batteries is
about to go
crap out the
die.
tap.
Yeah.
That's our review. It's a mess of it.
It's a mess.
It's so fast
mess.
and quick
It is.
and crammed full of so much information that it's hard to try and grasp what's going on. It's an average film. Very
it's
fast.
not bad. It's just average, you know.
Quick cutting, quick dialogue,
quick action, just flooded with a
but
whole lot of stuff. But
I did enjoy myself watching it. So
that's right.
yeah, and I didn't feel ripped off. Although it was confusing.
Yeah.
Although the film
I
was
didn't feel ripped
confusing.
off. It was
But-
just confusing, and it didn't. There's no continuity. Which is-
Yeah, it was confusing, but I did enjoy myself, and I didn't feel like getting ripped off. But that's it. That's our
That's it.
review.
We're
Thanks
just-
for watching.
and we'll be looking forward to Mandalorian.
If you watched,
That's all we'll be looking at.
Mandalorians is where it's at now. Mandalorian and Star Trek. This is the
is the
true
way.
one here.
This is the way.
way here. But anyways, thanks for
Anyway.
watching. I'll catch you fellas up in my next video. Peace. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Be safe.
Chit.